Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, March 13th. It is 7:07 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm making your shoes, John.
Thank you. All members of Town Council are present in chambers with the exception of Councilmember Reed. Councilmember Reed is here virtually. All right, if there's no objection, I'm going to pass the consent calendar as presented. Hearing no objection, passing consent calendar as presented. I make a motion to amend communications, adding item L, a letter that we had received from a constituent that was forwarded to everyone, and we have it here in person. I make a motion to add this communication as item. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Mauer. Any discussion?
Only to note, Mr. Chair, that it's a budget comment in lieu of public participation.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. That is now item L under communication items. I ask that communication items A through L be incorporated into the minutes of our meeting. Item 5, public participation. I will begin with those in Town Council chambers. Is there any member of the public that would like to participate? Okay. Is there any member of the public that is here online? Your telephone, tablet, phone? Anything. Please remember to unmute yourself. Please state your name for the record. Once again, please remember to unmute yourself. This is your time to participate at this meeting. Anyone here online via their phone? Hearing none, I'm closing public participation. We have one appointment tonight. Councilmember Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would ask this council to approve the appointment of Jen Aguilar, 32 Surrey Lane, to the Memorial Day Parade Committee for term ending July 1, 2023.
Thank you. Okay, so there's a motion by Councilmember Martin to adopt Resolution 23-032. Town Council. The Monroe Town Council hereby approves the first selectman's appointment, Jen Aguilar of 32 Surrey Lane, to the Memorial Day Parade Committee for a term ending July 1st, 2023. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mauer. Discussion, Councilmember Martin.
Thank you. Jen Aguilar served our community on the Town Council, Youth Commission, Massac Parents Teachers Club, Parents Council, Fawn Hollow Parent Teacher Club, and the Massac Booster Club. Served in leadership roles in these school-based organizations, as well as chairman of our Youth Commission. Jen and her family have lived in Monroe for more than 20 years, and we ask your approval for this appointment.
Thank you, Councilmember Martin. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a vote on the adoption of Resolution 23-032. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. Action items, item A, Town Council Committee on Finance, Education, Health, Public Safety Matters. Madam Vice Chair.
We haven't had a meeting since our last meeting.
Thank you. Item B, Town Council Committee on Planning, Zoning, Public Works, and Park and Recreation Matters. Councilmember Leamy.
We have not met, Mr. Chairman, unless Councilwoman Martin has anything to add for Parks and
I have nothing this evening.
Thank you. Item C, Town Council Committee on Legislative and Administrative Matters. Councilmember Reed.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Can you hear me?
I can.
Great. We did have 3 items of new business tonight. We had resolutions 2331 to 2334. First Amendment to the engagement agreement between Anthony Bauco, DBA Blue Sky Fireworks. The second we discussed was an MOU with the Monroe Lacrosse Association. I think we're going to see something that's very similar to some of our previous engagements with the Lions. And Resolution 34 was amended and restated interlocal agreement for the Fairfield County hazardous incident response team all met consensus to come to council tonight for your viewing and pleasure.
Thank you, Councilmember Reed.
Just that 2332, it's three, including 2331, 2333, and 2334. 2332 was the appointment, so that did not go through.
Thank you, Mr. Mauer. Item D, Strategic Planning Committee. We have not met since our last scheduled meeting, which included review and recommendation of capital projects. Item E, EMS Building Committee, Councilmember Rooney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Nothing reported since last meeting, just still in the same position, waiting for the weather to turn to get some of those finishing details done, but that's where we are.
Thank you. Item F, Open Space Preservation Acquisition Committee, Councilmember Rohr.
Mr. Chairman, we have not met since our last meeting.
Thank you. Item G, First Selectman's Update.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Document's on its way down. So tonight, wanted to update you first on our bicentennial events. As you know from the agreement that was included in the consent calendar, we have rescheduled our fireworks vendor. That was the reason being is as we continue to look at the various logistics and scheduling of everything. There were a couple things from a practical matter. There was a lot of logistical and staffing implications in the current schedule with so many events all on Memorial Day weekend. But we also discussed that the fireworks rain date was originally would have fallen on Memorial Day, which I think would be inappropriate in the context of the nature of that day set aside to remember those who died in service to our country. I've worked with the town officials and the bicentennial committee chair, and we've rescheduled the fireworks portion to early August, as you would have noted in that first amendment to the Blue Sky Fireworks Agreement. An update on the Senior Center Cafe. We've had challenges trying to find a vendor for that cafe. We've been continuing to look for solutions. As you know, we announced the Senior Dine Program, which is a service that's offered at one of our local establishments at Bill's Drive-In. But we've not given up trying to have options at the Senior Center as well. And thanks to the diligent efforts of Kim Cassia, in January, we launched a federally funded congregate meal program that works in partnership with the Southwest Agency on Aging, and CW Solutions. So we now, through them, are offering a lunch option every Wednesday at the Senior Center. It's available for members of age 16 and over that register and can participate in the program at no cost. For those that can afford it, a small donation of $3 to $5 is suggested. We started with an average of 27 participants, and in February, the average has grown to over 40 participants. So it appears to be well received. So I'm glad that that's in place. A few updates from the State Department of Transportation. There's a few projects in Monroe that they're doing. One is on Monroe Turnpike, all on Monroe Turnpike. Will be resurfaced from Bagburn Hill Road all the way down to Route 34. And anyone who's traveled that area knows that is desperately needed in that area. So that is a good thing. They will also be installing centerline rumble strips from Bagburn Hill Road to an area just south of Old Zor Road. That is something that's a safety feature that I know we think is those have proven to be good features. And then there will be a full replacement and upgrade of the traffic control signal, including the pedestrian safety features at the Purdy Hill Road intersection. And again, we don't have specific timing on those projects, but we know that they'll be coming up this season. And then last but not least, I handed out a revised budget schedule meeting based upon our ongoing meetings.
Thank you. Mr. Mauer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for the update, Mr. Selectman. For the bicentennial event, is it just the fireworks getting moved, or is that
Just the fireworks. So we will still be, and the committee will be sending out press releases and starting to do more public announcements now to get the word out to everybody now that we're kind of, things are gelling. So we will still be having the family events on that weekend. We'll still be having some concerts in the park on both nights. The night of the fireworks, there's a concert that night as well. So the fireworks will be immediately after the concert.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just as an aside, the Facebook page will be going up this.
Yes, there's a Facebook page that will be live as well. Thank you. Yep.
Nothing else. We have no other action items, unfinished business. We do not have an update regarding the St. Jude School Property and Community Center project update this evening. All right, new business. Item A, Resolution 23-033, Madam Vice Chair.
Sorry. Thank you. Resolution 23-033, resolved that Kenneth M. Kellogg, First Selectman of the Town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the Town of Monroe the memorandum of understanding, any associated documents by and between the Monroe Lacrosse Association Incorporated for a storage shed donation.
Okay, that's a motion to adopt that resolution, right?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Mauer. Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the Monroe Lacrosse Association has proposed this donation of a shed at Wolf Park that in exchange for that, we would provide, the town would provide an exclusive license to the Lacrosse Association for them to store their athletic equipment while they are conducting their programming at Wolf Park. Our Parks and Rec Director, who's here tonight, and our Parks and Rec Commission have supported this donation. We did a similar arrangement with Monroe Little Lions back in 2018, and it was very successful. And again, the Lacrosse Association would be able to utilize the shed as long as they continue to provide lacrosse programs for the town and, otherwise comply with the terms of the MOU. It's been reviewed by the town attorney. The town attorney actually was obviously critical in helping craft the MLA the MOU with MLA, and his letter of opinions here for you as well.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of adopting Resolution 23-033, please say aye. Aye. All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. Item B, Resolution 23-034, Madam Vice Chair.
I move that the town council adopt Resolution 23-034. Resolved that Kenneth M. Kellogg, First Selectman of the Town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the Town of Monroe the amended and restated interlocal agreement and any associated documents by and between the various participating municipalities for the Fairfield County Hazardous Incident Response Team.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Madam. Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you. So back in 1999, the town was included in an existing interlocal agreement for hazardous materials response mutual aid. It basically set forth the operational understanding among all the fire departments represented by 14 municipalities in our area to provide specialized personnel and equipment when the local incident commander requested it for expertise and, again, specialized personnel and equipment. Efforts have been underway to amend and restate this agreement for the team so that they can become incorporated as a nonprofit organization. That would allow them to have improved governance and also allow them to do things like have their own bank account, apply for grants independently, and to solicit and be able to accept donations on their own, particularly from organizations that may only be permitted by their own charter to donate to 501c3 organizations. So I've been advised that this is supported by volunteer fire chiefs, that they're in favor of. You have the memo from the town attorney as well, and I'd like to ask the town move forward with this amended and restated interlocal agreement.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a vote. All those in favor of adopting Resolution 23-034, please say aye.
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 All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. All right, item C, fiscal year 24 budget. I move the town council adopt the first selectman's recommended adjustments to the proposed fiscal year 24 budget as communicated in his memo dated March 7th, 2023, and to incorporate the specific line item adjustments in the minutes of this meeting. Specifically, reduction of $89,414 in projected fuel cost, and two, an increase of $11,194 in water distribution system costs. Is there a second?
Second.
I was gonna.
By me, second by Mr. Mauer. Is there any other discussion on this item? It was discussed during our budget workshop. Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. All right. Okay. We have a number.
Sorry.
You have the number for the final one with the incorporated.
I do have a final number from Ron. It hasn't changed since we talked. I'm kidding. So the final, with those two adjustments, the proposed municipal expenditures would be $32,103,469. 32,103,469.
469. Change. No sense.
No.
32,103,469.
Correct, Ron?
32,103,469. Gotcha. All right. All right, I move that town council adopt resolution 23-035. Resolve that pursuant to chapter 8, section 4 of the Monroe Town Charter, the town council approves the total fiscal year 24 municipal expenditure budget of $32,103,469, which is hereby forwarded to the Board of Finance. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Vice Chair Lapellis. Mr. Kellogg.
So this obviously is the total municipal expenditures following the two adjustments you've just made. I believe after going through the process, this is a prudent budget to move forward. There are obviously some continuing adjustments that will come in while the Board of Finance has the budget. We were advised today of some pending new information on the MERS program, which we've been waiting on. We expect a letter later this week. But again, nothing that's right for consideration this evening. There's no other revisions that I have for council at this point that I would recommend, but there will certainly be more information as it moves forward to Board of Finance.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Councilmember Mauer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, I'd like to say that I believe this to be a strong budget. I think the department chairs of town, selectmen did a very good job at going through everything. I know most of you who have done a budget with me, it's rare for me to have zero motions. And I think that's a sign of the work that our town employees and department heads have done to really put forward fair budgets. I am going to be supporting this budget. I do ask that when we pass it over to the Board of Finance, some of the items that we discussed in our joint meeting be recommended to the Board of Finance to look at. Namely, for me, it's of course capital, and then the revenue projections. I think we've seen year after year we end up coming in with at least some form of surplus, and usually the driving factor of that is us beating our revenue projections. And if there's a good look from the Board of Finance to up those projections a little bit and be able to decrease the burden on the taxpayer, even a little bit, each little bit helps. So that would be my one recommendation to the Board of Finance in passing this budget over to them. I feel that they are the more appropriate body to address that than us, which is why I'm not addressing it as a separate amendment and a separate motion here, but that would be my recommendation.
Mr. Mallon. Any other discussion? Councilmember Martin.
I would just like to piggyback on that. And in the past, the council has sent a, if you will, a cover letter with our passing on the budget with some thoughts that we had. Some of the things that we discussed here when the Board of Finance was with us was looking at the undesignated fund balance to see if there was something they could do with that. I wouldn't put that into a motion this evening because I agree with Jamara, that's our expertise, but I would like them to know that, at least for some members of the council, perhaps all, it is something that we would like them to look at to see if that avenue is available to them. From that, I'm comfortable.
Thank you. What I will say is that I think Chairman Manjos heard everybody, and like always, he takes everything we say into consideration during Board of Finance's analysis of the budget. I think we have a very good and strong working relationship with the Board of Finance in bettering the interests of the town. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a vote. All those in favor of adopting Resolution 23-05, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0. All right, that is it for new business. Public participation. Anyone want to talk about St. Jude?
Could I just say one additional thing on the budget?
Please.
I will be brief. I just want to thank Ron and Heidi for many years that these two people, stone-faced, sit there listening to us and doing their work so professionally, and just want them to know we appreciate it.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, since we're,
Barn doors open.
So they deal with my bad sense of humor, I feel.
since we're, going through the list of thank yous, which there are a lot to give, one name that I didn't hear was you first selectman for a great job on presenting a very tight budget for us to consider under, somewhat less than ideal current economic situation. So, well done.
Thank you, sir. It is without a doubt a team effort, but I appreciate that.
Thank you all. All right. Anybody on St. Jude's? Hearing none, seeing none, I'm closing second public participation. Unless, I'm sorry. Please remember and mute yourself if you'd like to participate. Okay, none, seeing none, I'm closing public participation. And I am adjourning this meeting at 7:29 p.m.